That's why we're gonna be rich over here. That's why we're gonna be successful over here. That's why all the women love us over here. That's why we're envied. Men want to be us and women want to be with us in the 3C philosophy. Thank you for clicking on this video. We know you could have been anywhere in this YouTube universe, as big as it is, but you're rocking with your boy, and I truly appreciate that. For those who don't know, I am Rico, and on this channel, my goal is to help you elevate to the highest version of yourself possible by utilizing a little something I like to call the 3C philosophy. That's confidence, character, and of course, charisma. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and do yourself a favor, man. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications. Come join this 3C lifestyle, because I can promise you, it's just different. Now, in this video, it's going to be a response to the Will Smith apology that he gave to Chris Rock. If you've been following the media for this year at all, you knew at the Oscars, it was the unfortunate situation to where Will Smith, got on stage, and we know what happened. If you don't know what happened, I'll put the link to a few of the videos that show what happened, and I'll also put the link to his apology he's done recently. After the whole debacle happened. So this video is going to be about something that's a part of the 3C philosophy, a major part of that last C called character. Very, very big part of it. It's very important. And without this, you'll never, ever reach your highest level of success, level of personal growth. I can't even consider you to be a man if you don't get this down right now. You'll live a horrible life. You're a piece of shit, to be honest, if you can't do this, whether it be men, women. If you can't do this right here, then your life is gonna be shit. I'm not even gonna apologize for saying it. Take it how you want it. And that is called personal accountability. If you can't hold yourself accountable, it is impossible for you to keep your own word to yourself. You'll break promises all day long because there's no accountability. There's no, whatever, if I don't do it, I don't get it. It's nothing. It's no problem with that. You'll never be successful in any kind of business endeavors. You'll never make any real money. You'll be broke forever. You'll never have any successful marriage, any successful relationship. Your kids will turn out shit because they won't have any accountability. It's just a cycle. If you can't hold your own self accountable, which means taking full responsibility, not half responsibility, not saying, yeah, but. There's a saying, anything said after a but, everything else you said before that is discredited. So all that, yeah, but stuff, no. Real men, real successful people in general, subscribe to the philosophy of personal accountability. You know why? Because it means that no one else has power over your life. I mean, of course, there's outside circumstances that happen, but it's not your responsibility. You can't control what happens to you, but you damn sure could control how you respond to it. When a person takes accountability for themselves, what they're doing is saying, you know what? I'm in full control over what happens going forward. Yeah, I did that. I can learn from it because it's nobody else's fault. Nobody else made me do this or whatever. It's 100% on me. Therefore, I have 100% control on how I handle it and how I move forward. In Will Smith's apology, he stood tall and took difficult questions, answered them like a man. At the end of the day, he made a mistake. And at some point in our lives, we all are gonna make mistakes. Like Martin Lawrence said in one of his stand-ups, nobody's immune to the trials and tribulations of life. It's going to happen to all of us. Just keep living long enough, I promise you. And if you think you never made a mistake, then you probably are the mistake, to keep it real. So everyone at some point in their life is gonna want to be forgiven for something. Nobody's gonna want to be held to their past mistakes. We all make them, right? But at the end of the day, the only way to move forward is by taking full accountability for the things that we've done that were maybe unfavorable, maybe hurt other people. Sometimes we don't understand the chain reaction behind our mistakes or behind our actions. And sometimes it does take a while for us to look back on those actions with introspectiveness, or even if that's even a word, I don't know. To really ground yourself, take the time to look back on our actions and say, you know what? I'm sorry. A lot of the world's problems, a lot of the world's wars, I believe a lot of people would still be on this planet today if people could say those two words. I'm sorry. I apologize. You understand what I'm saying? It just, so many things could be solved if people had personal accountability, and that is insane. I have friends, or they're not friends anymore, or I wouldn't consider them close friends, that no matter what, it's always somebody else's fault. They can never look in the mirror, and when they do say, I'm sorry or I apologize, it's so fake, it just feels like they're pacifying somebody, like they're patronizing you or something. You know people like that. People that no matter what they do, they can never be held accountable. It's insane. We can make a whole nother video about the modern black woman on how she can never be held accountable. Not even necessarily just black women, just women in general. They're not taught to be held accountable and being responsible. Any young man that had a real father figure in his life understands that we're taught to be accountable. At the end of the day, that's a part of being a man, along with looking a man in his eyes, shaking his hand with a firm grip, standing tall, keeping your word. Keeping your word is the number one part of personal accountability. And I applaud Will Smith, even though he made a mistake. Despite how you feel about what he did and how long it took, he sat down, he didn't blame Jada. No matter how you feel about Jada and whether you believe that she had a direct or indirect influence on what he did, I mean, I personally believe she had an indirect. She may not have tapped him on the shoulder and said, hey, go up there. But any real man knows if he feels he needs to protect his woman's honor, I'm not arguing whether or not he should have. I believe it was the most corny thing in the world for him to do what he did. However, what he did is he stood up. People asked him, did Jada make him do it? He said no. Nobody made me do what I did. I'm a grown man. Those were my decisions, and I stand on them. That is real personal accountability. When you wake up in the morning and you make a plan, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna wake up and eat. I'm gonna start eating right. And then when you, at the end of your day, you look back in the mirror. You look in the mirror, just like you shower or whatever, and you know you didn't do what you said you were gonna do. How do you feel? Do you hold yourself accountable? Do you? I can tell you right now, if you look in the mirror and you're overweight, you don't hold yourself accountable. If your bank account isn't where it needs to be, you don't hold yourself accountable. If you never finish things that you start, you don't hold yourself accountable. And we all fall, including myself. There's been times where I didn't hold myself accountable. But the difference between me and other individuals that are not part of this 3C philosophy is that I feel like shit when I don't, and I fix it. At the end of the day, we all are going to stumble. But just remember this, we are all at some point in our life gonna wanna be forgiven. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to Fabulous got an amazing line in one of his songs. He says, I don't ask to be forgotten, I just ask to be forgiven. Does that make sense? At the end of the day, you know, if I've done something wrong to somebody, they're probably never gonna forget it. But what I don't want you to do is hold me to that forever, especially if I'm making the attempt to grow and be a better person. At the end of the day, we all want forgiveness at some way, shape, or form. In some time of our life, we're all gonna wanna be forgiven for something. So why not start with being able to give what you want to receive? Be the change. Hold yourself accountable. I applaud Will Smith for standing there and answering those hard questions, leaving the door open for whenever Chris Rock wants to have a conversation about the situation. I know it's tough. I personally don't know how long it would take me to get over something that was so public, so emasculating, so embarrassing. But I can tell you, Chris Rock handled it like a G. He handled it with class and dignity and elegance. And I can understand, his mother saw it, his children saw it, his brother, so I understand how hard it is to even decide to walk through that door of forgiveness. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I'm not saying I won't. I'm not saying I will. But what I would, the key to being able to at all is accountability. I have strained relationships with family members because they can't hold themselves accountable for the things that have transpired between them and I. They won't hold themselves completely accountable. It's a half-ass accountability. It's a yeah, but. It's one of those. But another reason why, if you want to be any level of successful in any area of life, the reason why it's important, one reason why it's important to take full accountability is that it is hard. And if you watch any of my videos on building strong character, which is one of the 3C, one of the C's in the 3C philosophy, confidence, character, charisma, you don't build strong character by doing what's easy. You build strong character by doing what's hard, what's difficult, and overcoming. It's not about what you go through, it's how you come out of it. The person you are when it's all said and done, when you dust yourself off, when the dust settles, when the debris is over, when the storm is over. Who are you as a man afterwards? That's why it's important to hold yourself accountable 100%, even when it doesn't seem fair. Even when it might be other mitigating circumstances that led to the issue or led to the situation. The reason why because you're part of the 3C philosophy, the reason why you're holding yourself accountable is because you know when you do that, you get all the power to change your life for the better and move forward. When you're blaming other people, you're now becoming reactive instead of proactive. You're waiting on an outside circumstance for you to make the change. No, we don't do that over here. Fuck all that. We don't do that over here. What we do over here is we take full accountability for our life and make the change and become the change we want to become. That's why we're going to be rich over here. That's why we're going to be successful over here. That's why all the women love us over here. That's why we're envied. Men want to be us and women want to be with us in the 3C philosophy. That's why we are, because we do the hard shit. We don't complain. We go out and get it done. We take full accountability and then we move forward. We don't let people hold us to our past. We apologize quickly. We're men of character over here. This is what we are. And if you're not a man of character, this is gonna rub you the wrong way. And I don't give a fuck. If you're not a woman of character and you don't know how to hold yourself accountable, it's gonna rub you the wrong way. I don't care. My job is not to pander to people and make them feel good. My job is to provide information to you so that maybe I talk to a select person or two that really, really, really wants to do the work to be a better individual by using this 3C philosophy. All right? Big up to Will Smith for doing that, because I know it wasn't easy. And this is just the beginning of his growth. I know it wasn't easy to sit down and answer those hard questions, knowing that he's ruined friendships over it. He's, his marriage had even more of a strain, how he was looked at, the academy, he had to deal with a whole bunch of stuff, but he sat in it. He stood tall and took accountability. All right? And with that being said, once again, we've come to the end of the video. If you found any of this information entertaining or useful, do me a huge favor, man. It doesn't hurt you at all. Hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the algorithm. Also, I know a lot of individuals that watch this content aren't necessarily subscribed. Do me a huge, huge, huge favor, man. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's get me to 1,000 subscribers in a couple months. Now, let's go ahead and do that. Share this information on your YouTube. Share this information on your TikTok, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, with anyone that you think might have an issue with accountability, or maybe somebody in your crew, maybe somebody in your personal circle that this speaks to. You can help educate them. Maybe they haven't seen the Will Smith apology. Go ahead and forward this video to them, because the link is going to be down below to the apology. And with that being said, to the next video, I love y'all. I'm out.